It definitely is bigger. And then look at the backside. That's where the huge change is. That changed the whole sound, actually. I'm shocked. What's going on, everybody? Retro Wrench is back for another video, and today we have the Audi A3. I know it's been kind of off the channel for a while, but we had a lot of parts ordered. It's just been back ordered with the holidays, the shortage and stuff like that. But today we actually are going to be installing the EQT discharge pipe and the turbo muffler. It's really just going to increase the airflow to that turbo. Once we get the old ones out, we'll compare side by side, and you'll really see how restrictive the stock ones are compared to the EQT with that wider diameter, which is just going to help that turbo breathe. We're partnered up with EQT, so we'll link them down below. They got all your, aftermarket accessories and really turbo upgrades, everything you need. So just check the link in the description. But without further ado, let's just jump right into it. Alright guys, so pretty much we're just going to dive right into this. The first thing we've got to do is get the air box out of the way. In this case, we have the cold air intake, but if you don't have that, it would just be the stock air box. It's pretty much just going to connect to the turbo inlet piping there, and we'll just get that out of the way just to get room, because pretty much where we're going to be working is in this little groove here, and then we got to lift up the car to get the bottom hose. But yeah, pretty much since we have an aftermarket one, we're just going to disconnect the little clamps here and pull this sucker out of the way. It is extremely cold outside right now, so bear with us. We got our little space heater over there that's not even pointing towards us and not even doing anything. But let's get this thing done for you guys. They say you will increase like the turbo noise. I'm not too sure. I've never really had a bigger discharge pipe and everything, but I mean, it makes sense going along with like the more airflow going in. So we will see about that. Get this thing out of the way. Yeah, so if you have the stock one, just do the stock procedure. But here, as you can see, this right here is the stock piping. It's got a bunch of kinks and turns, so it just kind of doesn't make that airflow as smooth as possible, or it just goes right in. This kind of like funnels in. Get this out of the way. And then it goes down below, which we'll have to just lift up the car and probably take off the belly pan to get under there. But pretty much you're only going to need a couple tools. It's a couple of torque spits and stuff like that. Fun stuff. Audis, you know? Let's get right into it. Alright, so we're going to start diving into it. Right here is one of the brackets that's just holding it in. It is a T30, so we'll just get that loose out of the way. And this isn't on the right way. Oh, sucker's in there. That should just kind of sit in there. And then down here there's like a 3-inch, almost like a radiator hose. That's just connecting to the stock turbo muffler. So the one little screw to get it out on this side is kind of hard. It's tucked under this. So we're gonna have to take the back one off and get the whole assembly out, but it is extremely tight in here. I don't know if it was an afterthought for them on how to not route these things up. Yeah, so you just gotta get this back one here and then take the whole assembly out, because the way that this clamp is oriented is just not accessible really without taking off this here, but we're not going to do that. So we're going to take it all out as one, and these are going to be quarter turns only, of course. And I'm sure that hose and where it's connecting made its own little seal, so I'm sure it's not going to be easy to get off, but we'll make it work. So now that this is disconnected from the turbo muffler, we're going to go down below and take off the belly pan, or a little skid plate, whatever you want to call it, and disconnect the hose that goes to the, I believe it goes to the intercooler. I'm not sure yet, I have to double check down there, but it makes sense to go to the intercooler. And then we'll get that pipe out of the way. We'll have to take off the turbo muffler, which is going to be tight because you have to go in there with some extensions. But right now I'm going to go down below. I got my T25. I'm going to take out those screws and just get the skid plate out of the way. So now that we made our way out of the car, we got the little belly pan out of the way, skid plate, whatever you call it. We got to get this hose off. Pretty much a flathead or 7mm for us. Get them off here, and that will disconnect it from that charge pipe. It's probably easier to disconnect it here, so you can pull the charge pipe up, and then this you can just pull down. So we're just going to go ahead and remove that. And then along on the sides of the charge pipe, there's a bunch of like wires tied into it, so you just gotta unclip them. They should be held in by like a little plastic clip. I might have to get a wrench. I don't have a 7mm ratcheting wrench, unfortunately, but that'd probably be the best case scenario for this, just because of the orientation and the tight clearance. But this works just as good. And these definitely are crusty, these hoses, so they made their own seal. So we're gonna have to be a little aggressive with disconnecting it, but we'll make it work. Boom. Let's kind of slide that out of the way, and we'll disconnect the hose here. I'll probably get like a little hose pick just to kind of separate the seal. Alright, then put that seal. Get this side off. Alright, so that's the old pipe. Get that out of the way. Alright, so now that all the piping's out, the last real step is just getting that turbo, like the little muffler out. So there's 3 screws, they're just bolted into the compressor housing. And it's a T30, and it's pretty much, I don't know if you can see my finger right there. There's that one there, and there's one right here, and then there's one on the underside you have to feel for. You won't be able to really see it. But I already broke them loose. They're T30, like I said, and now it's just taking them off, and that's the last part of the equation. And that's where it's going to be a really big difference in sizing, because this stock one is very tiny due to the outlet of the discharge pipe. Alright, so here's the little screw that holds it in. I used the T30 because I didn't have my 7mm Allen key here. It's at work. As long as it bites and you don't round it off, you could use a T30. But just be mindful, the real tool is a 7mm Allen key. Alright, so this is the old one here. I just got that out. Keep in mind, there is an O-ring gasket which mates up to that, and this. Here's the new one. I don't know if you could see it, but it definitely is bigger. And then look at the backside. That's where the huge change is. So it's really feeding, you know, as much air in there as possible. Look at that. That's night and day. But yeah, so this is the old one. This is the new one. And then pretty much we're just gonna start hooking it up. I'll show you before we do that. So this is the pipe that was down low that connects. That's pretty much the same, because the diameter of where it hooks up to is not going to change. So that will be the same there. And here, this is what connects to this guy right here. Look how tiny that is. But here's the new one, and this pipe will actually take place. It will be like that. So you got such a big diameter going into there, and then it'll be just like this. So you do bypass having this longer, and you'll put this on. So I wonder if that's just the design, but hey, works for me. It's gonna feed that as much air as possible. But yeah, you could really see it change. Like this is so much more perfectly, like, you know, bent. This has got all little nooks and crannies. It's got like all weird shapes, so it definitely distorts the airflow. But yeah, now we're just gonna pretty much put it back together. We gotta utilize the old little hardware here. We're just gotta take those little bushings out with the screw, put them in there, and it's the reverse procedure. So it's really gonna be a quick, easy install that's, you know, gonna give it a little more throttle response, make the turbo a little bit louder, so they say. I'm still skeptical of that, but I can't wait to see. And yeah, let's just get right to it. So just going through the box and everything, we saw that EQT supplied us with new hardware and the new gasket, so that makes life a lot easier, because I really didn't want to reuse that old one. The bolts not so much, but the gasket, you never want to reuse that. So, alright, so we're pretty much just going to start piping it all in, and we'll show you the finished product, because it's a reverse procedure, so let's get right to it. So everything's buttoned up, as you can see. If you want to come over here, you got the nice EQT sticker on display, which is, you know, just emphasizes that. But it's a pretty easy install. Everything's bolted up. We utilize the factory holes and everything like that, so it's just a plug and play. But yeah, that's pretty much going to wrap it up. We're going to start it up. We're going to button up the intake and everything and try and hear how this turbo breathes and the spool and see if we get some more noise. So let's do that. I'm going to start the car up, and I'm not going to rev it just yet because this is a complete cold start. So we'll let it warm up and then we'll see how this thing sounds.
That's like a deeper tone to it.
It's definitely
it's like a rumble now. It's like a Subaru.
That changed the whole sound, actually. I'm shocked. It's hard to hear it with the sucking of the intake and the blow-off valve and the downpipe and exhaust, but you can, being it's my daily and driving it every day, I can tell that is a different pitch. So I'm definitely curious to see how it is on throttle. Definitely gonna have to take it around the block real quick, see what it sounds like. But I'm actually pretty satisfied. I'm excited to see what this thing could do. Alright, let's give it some on throttle and see what. That was actually really quick. You could feel that. You could definitely feel the change. It's got a lot of lower end power. I feel like just even in drive mode, it just wanted to go right away. It's just giving that compressor just coldest air possible. It really helps the spool, like the turbine, spin a lot quicker. I'm satisfied with this. I'm very satisfied with this EQT. You did it again. I'm super stoked with this. I'm going to link this exact product down below. This works for like the whole MQB platform, and it's reasonably priced, and it's actually a lot better than the competition. Like there's APR and there's CTS Turbo, and they don't quite have the same diameter, so they are a little bit more restrictive than this one. And man, I'm so glad that I went with EQT.
And once you're tuned like you are, you don't need a tune to follow up, right? It's just
this is just a plug and play.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, if you want the optimum performance and everything, I'm sure, you know, getting the EQT tune or whatever will just kind of contribute to that extra spool now that you got more air coming into it. So it really all goes hand in hand. So definitely job well done. Impressed. It's got a nice hint to it. I know it's harder to hear on camera, I'm sure, but just driving it daily, I know that there's a different sound, like a higher pitch, and you could really hear the compressor spool up. It just sounds sick. It just makes this car feel, you know, that much more sporty. But yeah, we're gonna take this back home and we'll wrap up the video there. All right, that's gonna end today's video. We hope you enjoyed. We got a bunch more Audi content coming very soon. We got a surprise over there. I'm not gonna show on camera, but it was an expensive purchase and we just got it in after a month of waiting. But I'll save that for another video. But today, super stoked with the EQT discharge pipe and the bigger turbo muffler. Highly recommend it if you got an MQB platform. It really does change the whole dynamic of the power, and you know, it really wakes up the car and makes that turbo sound a lot better. I'll link that down below. Once again, I don't want to reiterate myself too much, but it's down below, and that's going to wrap today's video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop them down below, and we'll try to answer them as quickly as possible. And if we don't answer, follow us on Instagram. We'll answer there almost immediately. That's our best way to contact us. We'll put that on the screen now. But that's going to wrap it up, so we'll see you in the next video. Peace. Thanks for watching.